Hello, welcome to this week's video. So this week I've come back down. I said I was going to return to this location. Came here a few weeks back when it was windy and it was also high tide and the waves were crashing up over down here on the South Devon coast at Hope Cove. So I've come back down here this afternoon because it is also now low tide. Albeit the tide is coming in, but that shouldn't be a problem. And I've come down here for the sunset, which is about an hour and a half away. So just going to check out and look at some locations here and try and get a few compositions using these rock formations that are now exposed at low tide. I also may have a quick look around the other side where the waves were crashing over before then. So let's have a look round and get ready for the sunset. Okay, so we've got some great rock formations here. Sea stacks over there, some jagged rocks here. Just over the other side though, there was some that sort of some channel leading lines, which I think might provide us some options, some opportunities for the sunset. So at the moment, this light is still quite harsh, so I don't think there's much I want to actually photograph here at the moment. Nothing's really jumping out at me with this harsh light, so I think I might wander around the other side and have a look, just to potentially look at some compositions there. And then make a choice as to whether I stay over that side or this side for the sunset. Okay, depending on how far that tide comes in before sunset, quite a look at this location here. We've got some poles held back from the preceding tide, some leading line rocks leading out. Depends if that tide comes up to those sort of higher rocks in the front before sunset, that this could be good, but anyway, let's walk around the other side. Okay, so a bit different than the last time I was down here. Last time we had the waves crashing over this wall. I was stood back that side of it and the waves were banging up over there. But actually that backlight contrast there, I think I might set the tripod up and take a shot. So just getting this shot here. Composition wise in the back of the camera, got that main rock there, so fairly central to the scene, and then we've got these rocks this side holding that side together and this dropping off holding that side together. Taking a couple of exposures obviously for the harsh light on the sky, and then I've taken another couple of shots for the foreground, and then I can blend the different exposures as required but I don't think there's a lot this side. I think the other side is probably going to be better for the sunset, so I think I'll take this shot and then head back round there and sort some compositions out round there. So getting this shot now, the sun's just still a long way away from actual sunset. Just using these puddles here in front, that tide coming in behind, and then we've got a nice bit of cloud now just forming on that horizon again. So potentially we might be in with a bit of luck for this sunset tonight. So beautiful scenes anyway. Hopefully we will get some colour in the sky, because the rocks themselves, the only drawback, there's some nice formations here and some nice lines, some nice textures, but it's just not a lot of colour. That's the only drawback. They're all very, very grey. There's not a lot of colour, so we're going to need that colour in the sky to hopefully make this shot interesting, or these shots. I'm going to take a few, and then the ones I don't talk through, I'll put them all up at the end anyway, so stay tuned. It's crazy really. I sat at home nice and quiet on a Sunday afternoon and then decide to drive 2 hours to watch the same sunset that I could see from home. But it's not all about the sunset, it's about the location, and I must admit I do like this location. I think this is my second visit here, and I think it's got plenty of potential. Okay, so setting up, this tide is coming in quite quick up through this channel here, and set up using these foreground rocks, which are a little bit lighter than all the other ones, you know, still, like I say, no real colour, but then we're looking back down through that channel there to that sun, taking a couple of different exposures, one for the sky, one for the foreground, and another one for the midground, and then I can blend them together. But yeah, it's starting to look quite nice. That sun's just coming down into the right place now, and once it drops, I think, looking at that horizon, I think we could be lucky tonight. Okay, so filter wise, I've got polarizer on. I'm using a polarizer filter. I'm not going to use any graduated ND filters at all. I tend to prefer doing different exposures, exposed to the sky, exposed to the foreground, and then blend. That way you're not getting a straight line, whereas an ND filter, graduated ND filter, will darken the whole of the top of the picture, whatever's in it. But I have got a ND filter on, that I'm doing a couple of longer exposures as well with this tide coming in just up through this channel. So I'm getting a few which will then soften out this water. So I'm going to do a few longer exposures, and then the rest I'll do as just normal shots, just with the polarizer on, especially to pull out some of that colour in that sky. Right, I need to move. I've got water coming up around my feet, so I need to relocate. This was well worth a trip now. This sun is just going down now. It's still 10 minutes away from actual sunset, but we're just getting that break there on the horizon with a few rays coming through, and it's just casting some nice light up through this channel. So taking several shots and tried a few slower exposures. Now currently shooting at f11 1/6 of a second, ISO 64. Well, I've dropped the camera right down really low here, looking down through this channel and picking up the formation and a bit of texture in these rocks here. Unfortunately, it looks on the horizon there. If I can get the camera just to pan up, bring it up on the horizon there. Where there's the cloud is just thickened up right on that horizon. And it's just killed that sun. It's just killed it. It's gone. Whether we will get a bit of light as it disappears, like right on over the edge, I don't know. But looking at it, I think the that cloud could have killed it for us. But still managed to grab a few quick shots. Okay, I've just moved location, gone back to taking a couple more slower exposures. I've realised I might have made a bit of a schoolboy error on some of those last few shots. When I did the slow exposures, I set my focus and put it into manual focus so that it didn't shift. And I didn't take it out of manual focus when I relocated. Albeit I had focused about 2/3 into the scene with a f-stop of f11, so it would give me a nice depth of field anyway. So fingers crossed I may have got away with it. If not, I might have some blurry images, but we'll see. Should be okay. Apologies, I've really not gone through many of the shots. I've grabbed a few and just talked you through a few, but as you know, that setting sun, once it gets just above that horizon, it seems to speed up, and it just goes, it's gone. So I was obviously frantically trying to get compositions and shots whilst it was dropping. Like I say, now it looks like it has pretty much diminished. So I'm just going to maybe drop here and take a couple of slow exposures. Now the light is dropping, and then we may be heading back to the van and going back to a pub up the road and getting some tea. Might be in order, and a pint. Okay, going to take the opportunity to say thanks again for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this week's video from down here at Hope Cove. I'm now going to make my way back along around these rocks because I don't want to get cut off by this incoming tide. So whilst I do, I'm going to make my way back there. Again, like I say, thanks for watching. Please, if you like what you're seeing, please hit that subscription button and the notification bell to keep up with all my latest content. And give the video a thumb up, that would be much appreciated. And also drop me a comment down below. It's always great to hear from you. So once again, thanks for watching. So till next time from Hope Cove, take it easy.